Welcome to Daily Curiosity.
The program where we discuss an interesting topic and teach some useful English along the way.
Daily Curiosity.
For curious people.
Hello and welcome back to Daily Curiosity. I'm Carl.
And I'm Jane.
Today we're exploring a cycle that seems to defy logic, the world of repeat offenders. But before we get into the statistics, Jane, let's be honest. If you were ever caught in a situation where you had to face a career criminal, would you be more afraid of the person or the fact that the system couldn't change them?
Honestly, I'd be scared of both of them. The person, because they've already crossed the line once, and the system, because it failed to stop them from doing it again.
That's the disturbing part. When punishment fails to change behavior, it's no longer a solution, it's just a repeating loop.
Exactly. We talk about justice a lot, but not enough about what actually happens after prison. If someone keeps reoffending, something is obviously broken. It's hard to believe that even after years in prison, someone would choose to go right back to the life that got them there. Is it just a lack of fear, or is there something more complex at play?
It's much more complex. I've been reading an article on recidivism, which is the fancy term for repeat offending, and the numbers are shocking. In the United States, about 68% of ex-prisoners are arrested again within just 3 years of their release. After 9 years, that number jumps to 83%.
83%? Whoa, that's not just a few bad apples. That sounds like a systemic failure. How do people even risk going back?
Well, as humans, we are all prone to repeat past behaviors, especially when there's something to gain. But the article points out something even crazier. The criminal justice system isn't actually designed to help people change. Most ex-prisoners leave with zero job history, no support, and no coping skills.
So they're released into a world where they are essentially persona non grata, unwelcome and unable to find legal work?
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. After prison, finding a job becomes extremely difficult. Many employers don't want to hire someone with a criminal record.
So even if they want to change, society doesn't always give them that chance?
Exactly. Imagine being rejected again and again. At some point, people start losing hope. And if you can't get a job because of your record, maintaining the so-called honest life becomes incredibly difficult.
That makes sense. It's a dilemma for society. We want justice, but if the justice we provide only leads to more crime, then nobody is actually safer. What about behavior? Do people change while being in prison?
Often they don't. Many offenders have a long history of impulsive behavior. They act without thinking about consequences.
So prison doesn't teach them self-control?
Not always. In some cases, prison can even make these behaviors worse. You see, in prison, they come into contact with like-minded people, and that can be dangerous. Criminal habits get reinforced, and they might pick up new skills from other wrongdoers. On top of that, these connections can turn into networks that make reoffending easier once they're released. Instead of learning self-control, some prisoners actually leave better prepared to commit crimes again.
That's honestly terrifying. I can't believe that instead of fixing the problem, prisons sometimes do the opposite.
It doesn't end here. Another idea from the article that caught my attention was the prisoner's initial lifestyle. It turns out that the majority of criminals grow up in neighborhoods where crime is considered normal. After prison, they usually return to the same place, the same people, the same pressure. Even when they try to change or turn over a new page, their surroundings make it very hard or don't let it happen altogether.
That's heartbreaking. Despite their efforts to make a fresh start, everything around them keeps pulling them back. If prison alone doesn't work, what can help reduce repeated crimes?
The article mentions 3 possible solutions: encapsulation, deterrence, and rehabilitation.
Let's break that down. Encapsulation means controlling people, right?
Yes, things like probation or electronic tracking. They limit freedom, but they don't solve the real problems.
And deterrence is about fear of punishment.
It is, but research shows fear doesn't work for everyone. Some people simply don't think long-term.
So that leaves rehabilitation.
Yes, and this is the most hopeful part. Programs like job training, counseling, and therapy significantly reduce repeat crime.
So helping people rebuild their lives is more effective than just punishing them.
Absolutely. If we help ex-offenders find jobs, get treatment, and feel supported, they're more likely to stay out of prison and never turn to a criminal life again.
Well, today's discussion has certainly given me a lot to think about the next time I hear a news report about a repeat offender.
Me too. Now, for our listeners, let's look at some of the compelling vocabulary from today's topic.
Today, we've used so many topic-specific words that I'm not even sure which one to start with.
Let's start with the word ex-prisoner. It's someone who used to be in prison, but who has already served their sentence and got released. The prefix ex is used to show that someone or something used to be in a certain role or state, but no longer is.
Then we had recidivism. This is a specialized term in the criminal justice system referring to the tendency of a convicted criminal to commit a crime again.
We also had synonymous words for criminal, such as wrongdoer and offender. These words all describe someone who breaks the law, but they can feel slightly different depending on the context.
Another interesting word that I used in this episode was persona non grata. That's a Latin term that literally means an unwelcome person. It's used to describe someone who is no longer accepted or welcome in a group, organization, or country.
We also use the phrase turn over a new page. So when we say someone is trying to turn over a new page, it means they're leaving their old habits behind and starting a new life.
Don't forget to mention a criminal record, an official document that shows what crimes someone has committed before.
And having a criminal record can affect many areas of life, like getting a job, renting an apartment, or even traveling abroad.
Exactly. That's why make sure to not fall into crimes of any types. Even minor offenses can have long-term consequences.
And finally, rehabilitation. This is the action of restoring someone to health or normal life through training and therapy after imprisonment or illness.
That's it for today's release. Thanks for joining us on Daily Curiosity.
Stay curious, and remember, helping ex-offenders rebuild their lives is key to breaking the cycle of crime. Bye for now.
Goodbye.
Welcome to Daily Curiosity,
The program where we discuss an interesting topic and teach some useful English along the way.
Daily Curiosity.
For curious people.